Okay guys, I know I just made a video talking about how I switched to the Apple Watch Series 11 from my Ultra, but I'm back with another video saying I have ditched the Apple Watch completely. I have gone all in on Team Garmin, and this guy right here, the Garmin Fenix 8, is the reason why. So let's go ahead and talk about that today. So if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I am a Instinct 3 user. I have been for about a year. In fact, I just released my 1-year review of that watch that you can check out after watching this one. And this has been a fantastic watch. And my struggle over all this time has been, man, I love the Garmin Instinct. Just any Garmin. I love the stats, I love the app, I love the battery. I have fallen in love with Garmin as a brand, as their watches are just amazing. I love it. But I've also struggled in certain moments with not having smart features because I wore an Apple Watch for years, almost 10 years before jumping into Garmin. And so I got very used to having things like Siri on the wrist, being able to take a phone call, text messages, stuff like that. I don't use it all the time, but for the few times a week, few times a month that I use those things, I found myself really missing them in the moments where I was using this. And because I also detail cars, that's what I do for income. And as another channel, go check that out up in the corner. That, if you like car detailing content, that might be for you. I'm constantly working with my hands. My hands are dirty. I need to take a phone call. I need to send a text message. I need to update the wife on something. And Siri has become my friend, so remind me of this, remind me to do that. And so that's where I kind of was wearing the Apple Watch when I was detailing cars, and then wearing the Garmin for the rest of the time because I just prefer it. But then you have the issues with data discrepancy and stuff like that, and what becomes the source of truth. Is Apple Health your source of truth? Is Bevel your source of truth? Which is a great app, by the way. I struggled with that. And so I started doing some research and kind of looking around and thinking, man, there's got to be a better way to do this. I personally am not a huge fan of the Apple Watch day to day. Yes, it serves a purpose, and everything I said in the Series 11 video is true, but I still just prefer Garmin at the end of the day, plain and simple. Started doing some research, enter the Fenix 8. And this is not too dissimilar from the Enduro 3 that I just reviewed and talked about just a couple months ago. The Enduro 3 is fantastic. I fell in love with that watch a lot. Think of this as the Enduro 3 with some smart features, and that's exactly why this has won me over and is really the sweet spot between what I love about the Instinct and the Apple Watch. Now I'm referencing an empty space here because I don't have the Apple Watch anymore. I got rid of it. I sold it. It's gone. I don't need to keep it around just to make a video. This guy is everything I need. So I put out a video comparing these two watches that you can check out in the link up in the corner. These two are very similar, and it's not too dissimilar from the Instinct and Enduro video that I also did that you can check out on my channel. It's a Garmin. It's going to last for weeks. It's going to give you great stats, great battery. It's got the newest heart rate sensor. It's built out of titanium. It's built out of sapphire. It's going to give you everything you need at the end of the day. It's got the flashlight. It's everything you love about Garmin, right? It's got the MIP display. It's solar charging. Just fantastic across the board. But what it has that I didn't realize that it had this, I knew it had smart features, but I didn't realize how well connected these smart features are, is that I can connect to Siri through my watch. And let me give you just an example of how this works. Is if I hold down the button here, I have this mapped to my phone assistant button, and everything I'm going to do is go through the watch. I'm just showing you what happens in the background on my phone here. If I hold this, what's the weather today?
Expect some clear skies today. The high temperature will be 70 degrees and low will be 35.
Okay, and you might think, okay, yeah, big whoop, you talk to Siri through the watch. But you can talk to Siri through the watch, not on the watch, but through the watch. That was my biggest issue with the Apple Watch, is the Apple Watch processes everything on device locally. And so sometimes it could do it, sometimes it didn't with a delay, stuff like that. It relied on its own processor. This is just trying to be a Bluetooth speaker, basically. It's as long as your phone is nearby, and it almost always is, it's in my pocket or it's sitting 3 feet away, I can hit that button, and then anything I can tell Siri to do is going to do it on my phone, not on the watch, but on my phone. So I can tell Siri, hey, send a text message. And she's working the text message over here, and I just interact back and forth with voice over here for confirmation. That's pretty clutch. I can tell Siri, hey, initiate a phone call, and she'll initiate a phone call, and it routes it through the watch, and I can talk through the watch. I can tell Siri, set a reminder for this. What's the weather for that? Anything that you can do on Siri, just those basic tasks that were honestly clutch for me having an Apple Watch, I can do through this watch. And like you saw, it's almost just as good as what the Apple Watch is, because the issue I had with the Apple Watch is they add the processing and everything to the watch directly. So it kind of bypasses the phone. So you don't really need your phone as long as the watch has a Wi-Fi connection. And so most of the time, the requests ended up being that slow also, to set a timer, do an alarm, all these things. Like, and even if you're in the backwoods, and you try to like set a timer on your Apple Watch, it needs an internet connection to be able to do that through Siri, at least through the Apple Watch Ultra 1. Sorry, I should correct myself. Through the Ultra 1. They fixed that ongoing with the Series 10 and the Ultra 2, where you don't really need an internet connection just to do basic Siri things. But this again bypasses all of that, because it doesn't matter what's going on the watch. It's just pinging the phone saying, "Hey, let me talk to Siri through the phone there." It's just fantastic. And once I started researching this and realized, oh my gosh, like it actually works that way. I don't know why I thought it was kind of like a one-way thing, like you could like talk to Siri one way and that was it. But once I realized, like, no, it's actually a two-way. Like you can take phone calls back and forth and you can chat back and forth with Siri, and it's like you have full-fledged Siri access as if you picked up your phone to do it. That was kind of the game changer for me. And I went, okay, I'm definitely going Team Garmin now all the way, because that's all I used my Apple Watch for at the end of the day, was just utilizing some Siri requests and stuff like that. I'd never hardly used the touchscreen interaction. Maybe I'd thumbs up a message from here and there, and on the screen. But beyond that, like Siri was the main thing. And so once I learned about that, and obviously it gets you everything that you get over here on the Garmin Instinct, like I was sold. I was all in. And so what I ended up doing is got rid of the Apple Watch, and then I'm actually going to be selling the Instinct. Also, it's a little bittersweet because I love this watch a lot, but I do need to sell it to help pay for this guy. Even though I got this guy at a steal of a deal, like this is the Fenix 8 51 millimeter, so it's the bigger version, the big boy. This is a $1,200 watch, brand new, which is absurd if you ask me. I think any Garmin priced brand new is just astronomically high. When you're comparing that to the cost of a new Apple Watch, as far as like function and features, like Apple Watch generally is the better bargain. But I did not pay that. I got this on eBay, and this was, I think I paid like just under $700 for it, about $700. And so at that price, that's a little more manageable. Still a lot for a watch, but knowing that like, hey, it's going to replace my dual watch strategy of having a Garmin and an Apple Watch. I'm just going to spend once, buy once, cry once. And that's what that is, and same on the Instinct. Like this guy brand new is $550. Totally not worth it. But I got it used for $400 on Facebook Marketplace. That's a little more manageable. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be listing this guy. I'm going to be selling it or giving it away, or probably selling it, to be honest, because it'll help pay for this guy here. And then at the end of the day, if I can get $300-400 out of it, well, then this is a $300-400 upgrade. Totally worth it in my book to have, one watch to rule them all. That's been my goal. One watch to rule them all. It's got the smarts. It's the Garmin that I want. It's got the battery life because it's solar charging, all of that. Like this isn't a review of the Fenix 8. This is just kind of where I've been and what I've gotten to as far as, my watch journey has been. And so I'm officially done with the Apple Watch. I think, maybe I'll check them out from time to time if they got new ones that come out and stuff like that. I'm a tech reviewer. I'm going to be talking about those things, but from the perspective of like knowing what you can get in a Garmin and how far this has come as far as like an interconnectability standpoint between your phone, even with an iPhone, and for what's genuinely useful on a watch, like this is every bit as useful smart feature wise for me as an Apple Watch, and even more so because of the fitness and the battery health. Like I never used my watch to do anything. I genuinely tried to like use it, like, oh, I can start my truck, oh, I can do all these little things, I can try to turn it into like a mini phone, and it was just so painful because it would sit there and it would load and nothing would happen, and it would take 3 times as long as doing something on my phone. So it's like, you know what, the Apple Watch is just, it's a great Siri tool, but that's about it. Like it's just a Siri shortcut on my wrist for those voice requests and stuff like that. And more of a liability for me, if I'm being honest, because I don't like having touchscreens on the wrist. I've talked about that before. I don't like the glowy screens. And so this, with its transflective memory and pixel display, solar charging, touchscreen lock, yeah, dude, what else do I need to say? And maybe you don't agree with me. Maybe you think that, I'm out of my mind and that Apple Watch is the best, or that the Garmin Instinct is the best. But for me, this is finally that sweet spot. And I did look into something like the Venue 3S from Garmin, because it does have a lot of those smart features and more of a sportier package. I just genuinely wanted MIP. Like, where can I get the memory pixel display with solar charging and something that looks classy, not like a sports watch, but looks classy and can be dressed up or dressed down depending on the situation. And the Fenix 8 was the winner, man. This guy is the winner. And so this is the watch that finally did it for me to finally pull away and get out of the Apple Watch cycle after almost 10 years. I'm on the Fenix 8, even better than the Instinct in my book, and I absolutely love it. You know, even from a band standpoint, I've got the fabric green here, and then just the standard rubber from the Fenix 8 that it came with. And, you know, I bought it used, and so it's a little, this band came with, you know, a little bit of love on it, but it doesn't matter. Like, this is my sport, sweaty, get it wet band. This is my general everyday wear, comfort, sleep band, and then this is my like fancy occasion, I want to look kind of nice band. And I think it looks fantastic. It's round, it's what's supposed to be, right? It's a watch. Like, I have zero complaints about this watch. I think Garmin nailed it, knocked it out of the park with the Fenix 8. But let me know what you think. Am I nuts? Am I out of my mind? Did I finally find the one watch to rule them all? Thank you so much for watching, pun intended, and I will see you in the next one.